And we're back. All right, so hey, in this lesson, we're going to talk about database servers. So I want to get right into it because there's a lot to cover. Now, powering up apps, programs, and tools that we've come to love, servers devoted to the operational use of data are known as database servers. So database servers offer companies a simple way to update, maintain, and save large amounts of data. Now, if you want to incorporate a database server into your company's operations, it's very important to understand the various components of database servers and, of course, the types of database servers that are available. Database servers are high-powered computers that store and manage data stored on a server for a network of users and devices, right? So the terms database servers, database management systems, DBMS, and relational DBMS or RDBMS. These all get used pretty much interchangeably, but RDBMS is a most often implemented type of database management. And you hear me say database and database, well, interchangeably, because they are. But collectively, database server solutions offer central data management, security, controls for access and permissions, as well as interactive repositories for networks of users. That's what makes them essential. All right. So a database server, anyway, it's a type of hardware that runs database software. Database software helps users or companies store, manage, retrieve, update, or change files, information logs, and other forms of digital data. So database servers consist of two primary components, their back-end functions and their client-facing services. The back-end of a database server stores all the digital files and information. The client-facing services allow the people or companies that use a database to easily access, modify, add to, or just monitor the data that they've stored on the server. But guess what? A company can even rent a database server from a database server provider to store their crucial business information and keep it safe. These database server companies often use one server to provide database services to multiple clients. Now, some companies may also choose to own and maintain their own database servers, while many companies decide to rent databases from providers because a database server requires lots of memory and storage capabilities. So from the startup to the blue-chip enterprise, data is a vital part of the modern organization. Data could be part of or all of vendors' products or services an organization offers in the case of some SaaS vendors, right? Systems as a service. So this reliance on data means vigilance through robust development standards and consistent maintenance is absolutely critical. So added to all this is a universe of consumer and proprietary data that's highly sensitive. Negligence or compromise could produce some serious consequences. So database servers provide an easy way to store, organize, and maintain large amounts of digital information. Now, most companies these days have large amounts of data stored in their computing devices or networks, such as client information, operational processes, or even financial information. So by storing their valuable company information on a database server, organizations can access business data through multiple devices. See, a database server gives these businesses a simple method for accessing crucial business intel or digital procedures through multiple devices on their network. For example, if many employees at your company use computers, a database server can give them real-time access to company files simultaneously. Authorize specific users to view or edit certain files. See, database servers allow you to grant specific access privileges to various users. So as an example, you can give all your employees access to files on your clients, but decide to authorize only company supervisors to view or modify your financial data. Minimize risk of losing or damaging company intel. A database server can help improve a business's security system. So using a database server may minimize the chances of an unexpected situation or challenge, such as a natural disaster or a cyber threat. But whatever it may be, it potentially causes damage to your important data and digital processes. Now, most database servers operate on the client-server model. You may be familiar with that by now. They receive requests from client devices and their respective users, and then they, of course, return the desired response. Have a look at the graphic on the screen here. It shows you how databases play a foundational role in providing resources to network clients. So database servers are high-powered appliances capable of working with multiple databases to serve resources to clients, and sometimes with assistance from intermediaries like application servers and web servers. They all work together. So the scenarios in this graphic here describe how databases can deliver resources with or without these additional intermediaries. For example, databases can provide resources to clients without a web or application server. Usually that's on premises. Less complex tools don't require an application server, while many application servers have web server capabilities today. Database servers work by containing the database storage and memory space along with a database management system. So this DBMS is the application clients use to access their digital information through the database server. So when a database server client sends a specific command to the DBMS, well, the DBMS then executes the client's requested task. Commands from a client to a database server may include updating access privileges, uploading new information to the database server, accessing existing data from the server, or changing the information that's actually stored on the server. Clients typically connect to database servers provided by a database service provider through the Internet. Now, if a company has database servers on its premises, well, that business may access the database server directly through the company's internal network. All right, so let's talk about this controller-agent model. Used to be known as the master-slave architecture until about 2017. But the controller-agent model is an alternative to the client-server model. So one device, the controller device, has unilateral control over one or more agent devices. So this model displays DBMS's security and integrity capabilities. The controller's primary server replicates its data logs onto agent devices. By implementing a controller-agent model, administrators have a backup solution, scale out more confidently, balance workloads, and alleviate individual agent failures. So a database management system, or DBMS, is software for storing, retrieving, and managing data. First developed in the 1960s, DBMS technology has been essential to the data-driven economy. Today's most deployed database server type is RDBMS, but object-oriented DBMS is still a popular choice for developers. A few technical features of DBMS includes database languages for defining entities, relationships, constraints, and privileges, transactional processing to manage simultaneous use and data loss prevention, database tuning to monitor and improve database performance, non-procedural access for non-technical users requiring access, procedural language interface. This is for programming language configuration. Application development for configuring user input policies. There are a few different types of DBMS. Hierarchical, a tree-like system where all data is represented by parent-child relationships. Network, sort of like hierarchical, but this system can have multiple parents, creating numerous data paths. Relational, or RDBMS. This is the most implemented system, normalizes data and organizes it logically in independent tables. Object-oriented. This was envisioned for object-oriented coding languages, working with complex data objects. So I bet you're wondering about some of the differences between databases and servers. Well, it is really important to understand that these terms, database and servers, are actually not interchangeable, right? Because a database refers to an application that provides the ability to store, backup, organize, or modify digital files to a separate computing system. But a server is a piece of hardware or software assigned to handle a specific type of computing function, such as connecting to multiple printers or hosting a website. When a database application runs on a hardware server, well, this then creates a database server. So I'm glad you asked about that, because there are actually multiple types of database servers, including centralized database servers. So a centralized database server, well, these operate from one specific location, as you might imagine. Larger companies may use a centralized database server in order to directly access the servers that control, store, organize, and back up their data. We also have distributed database servers, which spread out an organization's data across multiple servers. Using more than one server to store company data can help make accessing various digital processes and information faster and more reliable. Operational database servers function in real time, allowing users to immediately update the information on a database server from any authorized device within their network. An operational database can be a great option for companies that use the information on their database to send communications between employees. Cloud database servers connect users to their database server through the Internet. Now, many database server providers use cloud computing databases to give users easy and fast access to their services. I'll show you some examples of database servers. One of the most popular database servers is MS, or Microsoft SQL. So SQL is a type of programming language created specifically to organize data for database management systems. Now, both Windows and Linux computing systems and devices can run or connect with MS SQL. Users can connect with data on Microsoft SQL either locally or through the Internet, and at the same time as other users. MySQL offers both free and paid plans for using its database servers. MySQL uses RDBMS, Relational Database Management Systems, meaning that it organizes information and files based on how those files connect to each other. So users willing to upgrade to the paid version can expect to gain access to additional features and functionalities. MongoDB specializes in storing both structured and unstructured data. Now, in the computing field, structured data has defined patterns that make its information easy to search and organize, while unstructured data, well, doesn't, right? Structured data often consists only of or entirely of quantitative or numerical information. Image files, social media posts, video files, digital presentations, these are all examples of unstructured data types that a company may rely on. It just depends on use. Now, there is SQLite, which is an open source database server. Open source just means users can personalize the software and code of SQLite to best fit the functions and needs of their organization. SQLite also needs much less memory, storage, and computing power than many other database servers. So this may make SQLite a great choice for organizations that just want to access their database servers through devices with less computing power, such as mobile phones or tablets. PostgreSQL is a database server that provides quick database retrieval. PostgreSQL allows users to customize functions through many programming languages, such as Java and C++. So this makes PostgreSQL a great option for organizations that need to personalize their database server operations. If your company frequently analyzes its data, well, you may want to consider using Microsoft Access as your database service provider. MS Access can help users evaluate large amounts of data and easily discover or report on their findings to others. Now, many businesses with online stores use MS Access to help them manage information about their clients, their inventory, and much more. MariaDB is a database server that can efficiently use resources and process user commands. So this user operates on many operating systems, including Mac, Windows, and Linux. MariaDB offers both free and paid versions with various features, such as ways to encrypt your stored data. Oracle offers one of the more popular operational database servers to clients. Now, this was one of the first database servers available for widespread use and has received many updates since its creation. As Oracle is an operational database server, it can be a great option for organizations that require multiple employees to access company data simultaneously. Whoa, hey, guess what? Sorry, did I scare you? We have now learned about database servers, and yes, we're now wrapping it up. So check it out. I'll see you next time.